Hello 12 Essential English, it's Miss Mason here, and today we are having a look at your explicit thinking skill required for this unit, which is the skill Describe. We are learning today to develop an understanding of the skill Describe. What I'm looking for is active engagement in Describe skill activities and uploading of this completed work to Moodle. And you're doing this because you're required to describe events and characters in your text intervention for assessment. If you don't currently have the worksheet open, pause the video here and go and open up your worksheet. Okay, this is what the worksheet looks like. You'll notice it has these blue boxes here in the PDF. That means that you can write in these places. So as we're going through the activities, you're going to engage within this handout here, and this is what you are going to save and then upload back to Moodle for your teacher to check your understanding and application of the skill. All right, let's get into it. So, by definition, to describe means to give an account, written or spoken, of a situation, event, pattern, or process, or of the characteristics or features of something. Within the context of this unit, we're looking at you writing a text intervention, which is kind of like a narrative. So, kind of like writing a story, and you need to make sure that you're explaining a situation using lots of descriptive language. You're going to focus on things like the 5 W's, the who, what, when, where, why, and how. You're going to appeal to the senses, so make sure that you can what do I see, what do I feel, what do I hear, what can I touch. Use lots of descriptive language and adjectives to paint a picture for your reader. Some other examples include describing an event or image to someone who wasn't there, or explaining a situation. What it is not, it's not just statements, it's not yes-no answers, it's not simple descriptions where you're telling your reader what's happening rather than showing them and painting the picture of that. For the context of this unit, it's about creative writing, so it's much less about formal sentence starters like a detailed examination shows or connectors apparently, furthermore, it's clear, etc. And it's much more about creative writing. So the idea of describing is about storytelling and the details. Strategies to improve your ability to describe is about details, as we said. Use nouns and adjectives, verbs and adverbs. Using wow words, so instead of using ran or went, he staggered or plodded. So use a word that paints the action of the particular character. A thesaurus will help you do that to get lots of synonyms. Think about your 5 W's and your 1 H. Use the senses, as we said, so what it feels like, smells like, tastes like, sounds like, looks like. Similes and metaphors are a great tool in descriptive writing. And lastly, show, don't tell. So what we mean by show, don't tell, there are multiple examples where we've got here of telling the reader what's going on rather than showing the reader. So Joey was afraid, there was a storm, the lights went out. That's telling. That's lots of facts that's being stated. It's quite boring to read, whereas the lights suddenly went out. In the darkness, the wind and rain grew louder and seemed closer. Joey sat still, his heart beating fast. It made a thump, thump, thump noise in his chest. Okay, a much more exciting read that paints the picture of what's going on. We can see the emotions of Joey, the character here, that he's nervous. Okay, we can imagine being in his shoes here. There's 2 other examples here for Alvin and for Bill. Have a look at those. And when it comes to your individual construction of this task, if you're having difficulties, come back and have a look at these examples and they might assist you. Let's have a look at a modelled example together. So we're looking at the topic courage. We've got a who, what, when, where, why graphic organizer here with some basic details that have been written in. So Dad and I, we're nervous about a boating trip and what might happen, and Dad screams. It's in the middle of summer. We're on our fishing boat. You need courage to act or we're not going to survive. And Dad screams means something was wrong. So here's my first draft. My body was shaking. I felt cold, but it was hot. I was nervous. Something bad was going to happen today. Dad told me to stop being silly. The boat is strong, the fishing rods are new, and the forecast is sunny and calm. It's going to be a great day. The ocean waves hit the edge of the boat. I was cranky at Dad for not listening to me. I was annoyed and wanted to go home. Then I heard a sound that I will never forget. Dad screamed. I felt sick and held on to the boat. What was going on? Acceptable story. Yeah, okay. Is it highly engaging? No. Could we change some words and phrases to make it more engaging? Absolutely. So let's look at how we do that. I've highlighted here some phrases that have specifically told the reader what is going on, words and phrases. So I've got a list of them here on the left-hand side of my graphic organizer. What we're trying to do on the right-hand side is to paint a picture, so to show the reader what was going on. So instead of saying my body was shaking, I could say a shiver ran down my spine. I felt cold, but it was hot, despite it being the middle of summer. Using that phrase paints a better description and alludes to the details of your graphic organizer about creating the setting for your reader. I was nervous, a direct statement, okay? Rather than saying I was nervous, the sinking feeling in my stomach would not go away, okay? So we're painting a picture for the reader to keep it engaging for them. There are other examples here that you can have a look at. Once we go through this process of identifying where we could rewrite elements, we need to obviously construct a second draft to show how we have used this strategy to improve our descriptions. There are lots of other examples within this that could change, like the word bad, for example, but we don't need to change everything. We're just going to pick key sections to improve our writing. So here's a rewrite for you. A shiver ran down my spine. I felt cold despite it being the middle of summer. The sinking feeling in my stomach would not go away. Something bad was going to happen today. Dad told me to stop being ridiculous. The boat is strong, the fishing rods are new, and the forecast is sunny and calm. It's going to be a great day. The gentle ocean waves lapping rhythmically against the edge of the boat did little to calm my nerves. I was annoyed and wanted to go home. Then I heard a sound that I will never, ever forget. Dad screamed, a gut-wrenching, pained yell. That nagging feeling in my gut sent a wave of nausea through my veins, causing me to stagger and grab hold of the boat edge. Same story, okay? Same structure, but far more engaging for your reader or listener. Now it's going to be your turn to have a go at doing this. So, you're going to write a detailed description about the following situation. I was in the waiting room, I was nervous. You're going to rewrite this description by showing the reader what it's like to be nervous. So remember, we want to use those strategies like appealing to the senses, focusing on the body's responses to emotion, making sure that you're describing what is happening, using wow words, things like that. So you need to record your ideas in the graphic organizer. You'll notice on your handout that you've got an opportunity to do this straight on that document there. You're then going to construct your first draft. Then it's about that editing. So identifying words or phrases where you've told rather than shown. So you're going to list them down the left-hand side in your student handout, and you're going to rewrite sections of your text to show that ability of application of skill. And then lastly, you need to rewrite your description and highlight where you've made the changes to ensure that you show, don't tell. So that needs to go, let me just click on this one, into this document here, okay? Graphic organizer, first draft, okay, examples of show, don't tell, and then your rewrite down the bottom here. You'll notice that these boxes are all fillable, so you can type straight into this document, save, and then upload back to Moodle. Your final exit ticket is about you constructing your own definition of what the skill describe means. So you need to, on the first page of your Freya model, write what is the skill describe in your own words. So after the application, how would you describe it to somebody else? That's a terrible use of language because it is describe. But that's okay. You know what I mean. Construct a definition there. Save your work, upload it to Moodle for your teacher to check your progress, and get some better descriptions to improve your results within 12 Essential this unit.